Hey, what's up, Guildies? This is Gil from Gillionaire Gaming, and today's video is going to be my first impression of a beta test I got to run for New World, a new MMORPG created by Amazon Gaming. Now, just keep in mind, this is from a perspective of a guy that has played multiple MMOs, such as World of Warcraft, Guild Wars, and also ESO. And I did not get to play the alpha version, so I only got to play the beta. If you guys do enjoy this video, please do not forget to hit the like and comment right below. Let me know that you're enjoying the content. Hope you guys enjoy the video. So first off, I do want to say I've been looking for a different MMORPG to play. I love the community aspect of MMO, and I love being able to play with others. And New World just gave you that whole different feeling of a fresh new start to an MMORPG, which I love that about the game. So at the beginning of the game, what you're going to realize is that you do not start off as a healer, tank, ranger, or even a mage. And that's different in the MMO world. And the reason for it is because all your skills are going to be based upon the weapons that you choose. Each weapon has actually two skill trees, one for offensive and one for defensive. I kind of like that aspect because then you can always mix and match the skills in between each of those. It kind of allows you to make your character more unique. So if one day you decide that you do not want to go sword and shield and you don't want to be a tank anymore, you could obviously change that out and become a DPS, or you could become a healer, which makes your character unique in its own way, and you as the player get to actually decide the path of how your character is built. Which brings me to my first point. One of the things I really love about the game is the combat system. It's not like your typical MMO where you use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is more of like an action MMO where you would hack and slash, attack them, dodge, move backwards, dodge, attack. It's freaking so much fun. And something that I learned throughout playing the game is the fact that each individual weapon that you use has its own cooldown timer. So you could be attacking with your main weapon, use all the skills on that, then switching weapons during combat, and then using the skills on the secondary weapon. But of course, an MMO isn't an MMO without your typical grind, which New World does an incredible job with the various different quests that they do provide you. There are 3 different types of quests. Obviously, you have your main storyline quest, which at a very low level, you get to choose a faction. There are 3 different factions in New World. One is the Marauders, second is the Syndicate, and the third is the Covenant, which play humongous roles in the future of the game. Also in the main storyline, you get to do quest lines, which help you open dungeons for the future. And then you would have your typical side quests, such as the Town Project quest, which I would highly suggest to go into every single city to do for the most experience. And then your faction quest, which will allow you to unlock your faction gear, such as the weapons and the armors. Overall, my questing experience, it really felt like a solid MMO, where you would go and kill a mob, get a specific loot, and then pick up some chests in a certain location, and then just repeat. One thing they definitely need to work on is the respawn timers on the mobs and the items, because sometimes I would be waiting super long to just kill a bear or a corrupt tentacle, which could get extremely annoying. Another thing they could also work on is just the diversity of the quest, because it would be nice to have more different objectives as well. But for the most part, the positive thing about the quest is that they did a pretty good job at clumping the quests together, so you can finish a bunch of quests at one location. And I would highly suggest you just quest with friends so you guys can finish the quest pretty quick and then just level faster together. Well, obviously dungeons are dungeons, and I'll make another video and we'll discuss that at that time frame. Another key thing I want to make sure I bring up in this video is that the crafting system plays a huge role in the economy of the game. One, you're not locked into becoming an alchemist, leatherworker, weaponsmith, armorsmith. You could actually play part and have all the professions in the game. You could go out there and mine, you could go out there and chop down wood, or you could even pick up herbs and then sell them in the auction house because people need those for quests. But also you can also use those specific material in order to create your own armor, create your own gear. And another thing that I learned also is that it's very, very important that your faction holds territories as well. And the reason for the factions to hold territories is due to the fact that those territories are able to level up the tiers of the leather working stations, the armor working stations, so on and so forth. So then you can create the end game gear using those higher level tiered stations. So just definitely keep an eye out on that as well. Which is going to bring me to my last key point here. New World is built on PvP, and it is so much fun. And the reason why I say that is because number one, it is an open world PvP. So as long as the other faction player has their PvP symbol on, you guys are able to attack each other in open world, which allows you to kind of test your skills all the time. And number two is you're always going to be fighting for forts. You're always going to be fighting for territories. You'll be going to war with the other factions. And the reason for it is the fact that I mentioned earlier. You want those higher tier crafting stations, and you want more territory, and so on and so forth. So it's always going to be a back and forth with these territories. So throughout the whole entire game, as you're playing it, you will always be at war. From my personal experience, PvP has been extremely fun. I just hope that they fix the lag in the wars for the 50 versus 50 and they come out with the 20 versus 20. But overall, I love competing with other people. I love fighting other people. So man, I'm always down for a good battle. And then the last couple of things I want to make sure that I bring it up is number one, they do allow you to purchase house in the territories and in the lands. I didn't get to experience that much, so I don't have too much to say about that, but I do think that's a pretty cool feature because you're able to decorate the house the way that you want to. And then number two, which is my favorite feature in the game, is that they have a voice proxy, basically meaning that you have an open mic where you could talk to the people that are around you. There is a distance of this proxy, and it kind of makes the game fun. It's the reason why we play MMOs, is so that you can hang out with the community and talk to them all the time. So it does give a lot of options for role play for later games in the server, but it definitely is one of my favorite features. It's an in-game chat. That voice proxy, dude, that's freaking key for any MMORPGs. Just some final thoughts for my journey through the New World beta. The beta itself literally just got me excited to play the game when the game actually comes out. Yes, they do have some glitches, it does have some bugs, and yes, they will eventually need to add some new content, but I think overall the game itself is in some good condition. Now for you MMO players out there, if you're competitive, or you guys just like the grind, or you just need a fresh new feel, I would highly recommend this game to you. Now, if this is the type of content that you guys like, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that comment below. Let me know your journey through the game. Now, I look forward on seeing each and every one of you guys inside the New World.